My name's John Hammond. Normally you just hear the voice. This particular occasion I get to get in the hot seat and chat to some of the players. It's been a great season. It seems to have flown past so quickly, but this is an opportunity to relive some of those magical moments, some tears, some smiles, and a lot of fun.
The closer you come, the warmer it became. I feel the rush of 1,000 tiny beats, fill the heart at once. Can you feel the rush? 1,000 beats, fill the heart at once. Feel the rush, 1,000 hearts, find a way out. Can you feel the rush? 1,000 beats, feel the heart at once. Feel the rush, 1,000 hearts, find a way out. Can you feel the rush? 1,000 beats, feel the heart at once. Feel the rush.
Ruby, you've been here one of the longest. How does Manchester Storm compare with some of the other teams you've played for?
Well, for sure, this is obviously a special season. I mean, we lifted the Secunda Super League trophy, which after last year losing out to Ayr by 3 points, and even last year we had a great year. I mean, we only, near the end of the year, we only had about 15 guys left on the bench, and I mean, we went some like 16 games undefeated. So, this year, 3 points losing out last year to Ayr. This year, it's so much more special being able to come in here into the MEN Arena and hoist the cup in front of our own fans.
We begin at Game 7, October 1st, and Sheffield Steelers' first league visit to the Storm Shelter. Sheffield chance poked away by Peter Angelo. Katola picking up the pace, Tomlinson. Now Katola, off the boards, Weaver! And there's the opener. The Brit Kid gets things underway. Off the boards, and he was in the right position. Jablonski in a tight spot, or so you think. Surrounded by players, keeps going, and scores! All on his own, Jeff Jablonski. Doesn't mind the odds, and at the second attempt, fires home. Sheffield trying a big hit by Kelly Askew. And it comes out in the end to Jeff Tomlinson. Well, the big hit from Askew is important. Darren Hurley sort of helps it on. And it was easy in the end for Tomlinson. Kevin Hoffman, three-man break. Here's Jablonski. And still, oh yes! Jeff Jablonski's enjoying himself. He didn't need the help around him, he just went on his own. And why not go on your own when you can do that? Weaver, Askew! Oh, they love that one. Jonathan Weaver may have played some part in it, but it was all about Askew. 5-2. Pierre Allard, Jeff Tomlinson, there's no goalie! I think even I might have scored that one, Pierre Allard, Jeff Tomlinson. Sheffield had gone for broke, and it backfired.
Dave, hockey for you is very much a family thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, pretty much started out with skates on my feet, I think. They always used to say the old joke when we were born that, say to my parents, doesn't have any skates on, but he's got a stick. So they'd have to go out and buy the skates. And for four of us, and pretty much would keep getting passed down each year. But yeah, it's you know, with my father, obviously he played the game and then got into coaching, and now he's a scout. It was just a natural progression. We all fell in love in the game, and you know, played it a lot.
Did your dad influence you as far as being a captain's concerned, to give you those qualities that a captain is, like cool, calm, considered?
Yeah, I'd say I obviously watching him, and you know, he was kind of my little idol, I suppose, growing up. You know, sporting hero. But yeah, I mean, he's always was a calm guy, and you know, he never seemed to get excited about anything. And I guess it's just the way it is. You know, you sort of try to mold yourself after your heroes, and that's the way it turned out, I suppose.
Game 8 and a first chance to see the 98 Grand Slam winners, the Ayr Scottish Eagles. Stefan Katola breaking. He's held up. Finds Brabant. Still Brabant. Scores! Oh, another beautiful finish. Brabant just swept away, caught the defenseman flat-footed, took the shot and scored the goal. 1-0. They're trying to bring it away. Jablonski intervenes. Now Dave Morrison. The shot saved, but turned in by Allard. 2-1. Well, the Eagles were just gliding it out of harm's way, or so they thought. Good save initially, denies Morrison, but Allard follows it up. And they're playing this power play around nicely, patiently waiting for the opportunity. Blair Scott, and in by Askew. Well, that's how to score a power play goal. Knock it around, patient, and eventually the backhand pass, and an easy tap in for Askew, 3-1.
Rob, it's been your first season with us. How have you found it?
It's more like the NHL than Germany or Austria. I mean, the NHL is obviously in larger buildings and playing to larger crowds, and that's what we have here in Manchester with the building and the support that we do receive, even the way the fans follow us on the road. Germany and Austria are much more an old-time hockey feeling, smaller buildings, similar to, say, a Nottingham, a little bit bigger, like 4,000 or 5,000 seat arenas. Maybe a little more European influence in the style of hockey because there's more Europeans playing, whereas this is obviously more a Canadian game that we play in England. It seems to be the players that are here filling out the rosters. So I guess, you know, they're all great. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to experience them all and lucky enough to end up here in Manchester.
Game 10, the Nottingham Panthers, and the usual tough examination by the bitter rivals. Verta bringing it away, but he's lost the puck. Brad Rubichuk, he's one-on-one and scores! 10,000 go wild, and Pekka Verta will be hoping that, well, he doesn't get a chance to see this again. Rubichuk won't mind, and neither will the fans. Neumeyer just drifting up the ice. Robinson tries a shot, save Neumeyer! Well, the two defensemen combining, and they've edged in front. The shot from Robinson, the follow-up from Neumeyer, taken like he scored every week. 2-1.
Rick, you've had a lot of experience of playing hockey in the UK. Nottingham, Durham, Cardiff. How does Manchester Storm compare?
Coming here, it's like playing professional at home for either a top international team or the NHL. You get treated in every aspect like a professional. You don't have to worry about your equipment. When you ask for your equipment to get fixed, it's there, and it's not like you're transporting your equipment everywhere. So basically, from the management right down to the players, they're all treated like a special person, and it's very important when you're playing the game.
November began with Game 12, and it seemed a capital idea to see off the Knights. Miller to Tomlinson, at speed, still going! Great goal! Well, he may not be the biggest, but he's certainly the fastest. Jeff Tomlinson, superbly done. The first goal of the night for the Storm. Katola. Brabant. Weaver! 2-1. Brabant shot got the merest of touches from Jonathan Weaver, but the Brit Kittle claim all right, and the power play goal makes it 2-1. Morrison. Weaver with a shot. Idle break, Morrison. 3-1. He goes over to thank Jonathan Weaver. Weaver's shot had plenty of venom. And another power play goal, this time scored by Dave Morrison. Brabant, charge down. Scott. Katola. Yes! They're getting a pretty damp hand at these power play goals this evening. That's the third of the night. Katola with a little drop of the shoulder and round the goalie. Mike Kelleher. Oh, he's been picked off. Pierre Allard. Yes! Number 5. A solo effort from Pierre Allard. Mike Kelleher caught in possession and the wraparound goal. 5-1.
Kevin, how would you say the season has gone as a whole? It seems to be a really good bunch of guys to work with.
Yes, definitely. It's whenever you find a championship team, there's something about it. There's a chemistry. There's the camaraderie that goes with it. It makes that team special, and it was something that we felt very early on in the season this year. We came together very quickly. Going away on a trip early in the season was a big part, I think, of bringing the team together, and it was just an extraordinary group of guys that developed a chemistry that really made us have the season that we did.
The 8th of November, the Newcastle River Kings, and a revenge mission well and truly exacted. Jeff Tomlinson. Askew! It's over! Well, it just about got over the line from Kelly Askew. Jeff Tomlinson involved in the build-up. And Kelly Askew's shot didn't seem to have the pace, but it did. Katola. Miller. Brabant! 2-0. They moved it around. Katola to Miller. And then Brabant had the opportunity, which he dispatched on the power play. Scott. Allard. Tomlinson! Another power play goal. Number 3 on the night now for the Storm. And it was easy for Tomlinson. Rubachuk. Picking up the pass. Morrison. Rubachuk. Miller. No, Morin! Mike Morin. I'm not sure he was the intended target, but Morin spares the blushes of Chris Miller. Miller. Tomlinson! Well, Miller had the shot from the point. It was too hot to handle, and Tomlinson said thank you very much. Jablonski. Morrison trying to get there and does! Dave Morrison. Well, he sort of muscled his way past in order to get there. And once he did, the outcome was obvious. Pierre Allard. Normaya. That's number 7. It's a procession now. And the defenceman's moving up for a taste of the action. Normaya. Brabant. Oh, Numai's there again! Well, why not? Not too much defending left to do, I think, now. Number 8 of the night, his second. I wonder if they're smarting from conceding a goal. I would doubt it's the start of a comeback. Anyway, Scott! Well, there ends the comeback. 9-1. And the 8-goal margin's restored once more. I guess they'll have been smarting a little bit. Professionalism says we want a shutout. Scott adds his name to the score sheet at the other end. Weaver. Askew. Scott. Rubachuk. Goal! On the power play, it's double figures. And that defeat last month is brought into perspective at 10-1.
If we go right back to square one with this season, I mean, what were some of the things that went through your mind when you were thinking about building the team?
Well, you know, from last year's group versus the first group that I had, there were some obvious changes that we felt we needed to make, and if we could make those changes and get the right guys, that we could be a better team than what we were my first season here. And my first season here, we weren't a bad team, we just didn't get the job done. You know, we didn't win any trophies and we only got close, whereas obviously this group of guys was good enough to get the job done. So we kind of fine-tuned things a little bit, but I always knew this was a special group. I mean, on paper, it was just a matter of whether we would come together as a group, and the guys proved that we did. I mean, you don't win championships if you don't have a close bunch of guys.
Game 16, the London Knights were back in town, and time for yet another lesson. Blair Scott. Up to Jablonski. Mike Morin. Scores! Well, Scott broke the play down at the other end. Found Jablonski, who found Morin, who found the net for the first. Numai. And still, manages to retain his balance somehow. Allard! And I think Tomlinson may have got a piece of it. It's in the goal, that's all that matters. Allard with the shot, and Tomlinson on hand, number 2. Tomlinson. Askew. Oh, he's done well! Neatly done. It was an awkward puck to take as it nicked off the back of a defender. But Askew took it down and finished it sweetly. Meyer. Crowd still settles down from the Askew goal. And it's gone in for another from Askew. Well, they've only just combined for the third. Numai to Askew. 2 inside a minute. And it's 4-1, and Manchester are out of sight. Numai having a heck of a game. Katola. And still, Brabant. Yes! 5-1. Numai seems to be involved in everything. Katola played his part, and Brabant with the fancy skills. 5-1 to the Storm.
The other thing, of course, at the beginning of the season was your hair. Rick Brabant went blonde.
I think I was going through a midlife crisis at the beginning of the year. It was just one of those things. I was in the salon one day, a friend of mine owned one, and I just said, you know, let's try it with streaks in it, blonde streaks. So we did that, and then a couple of days later, I just went total blonde, and it was just one of those spur-of-the-moment things. I regret it now because it fringed all my hair, because I guess you have to bleach it, and it burnt all the front of my hair, and I didn't quite like it because it took a long time to get back, and I'm just starting to get happy with it. So you won't see a Rick Brabant in blonde. I think he's going to stay this color from here on in.
Into December, and the Welshmen were in town, the Cardiff Devils. Katola finding Brabant. He still has it! And scores! Brabant with a solo effort. So confident. Great work. Great finish. Here's Askew! Out of nothing. Kelly Askew doubles Manchester's money. And a vital goal. Katola. Miller! Yes! That's the game surely now. 3-0 up. The assist from Katola and Miller with a shot. Reaches Scott. 4-1. Cardiff got themselves back in it. They're out of it now. Just for a moment, and Weaver now restores that 4-goal advantage, and with it the points.
Where do you think hockey's going to go in the UK in the future?
Yeah, it's very important, I would say, within the next couple of years that we need a new blood, new teams in the league. But we also got to look at probably get more British players involved in the game so that we can bring some of those fans back that maybe have gone down to the lower leagues to watch British players play, come and watch us, watch them participate in the high league.
December the 6th, and once again the Panthers are proving no pushovers. Storm are 2 down, and Darren Hurley is off the ice injured. Tomlinson at the face-off. Here's Askew. The fight back begins. Into the second period, and Askew halves the deficit to 2-1. Allard reaches Tomlinson. And now Askew! The equaliser! 2 goals for Kelly Askew, both of them priceless. And from 2 down to 2-2. Now Brabant, listen to the noise. Shelter at fever pitch. Now Hoffman, Rubachuk! 3-2! The comeback is complete. 2 down, 3-2 up. Rubachuk the hero.
I believe congratulations are in order as well. This season was the season you proposed. Tell me about the proposal.
What I did was I put together a little video of pictures of my fiancée and I. Stacy is her name. And I had told her that I had to come to the arena one night when we were doing a promotion, and I had to be there, and I asked her to come along, and there was going to be a photographer, and they were going to take some pictures of us. So I said, come along, and we put the video up on the big screen, and she was very surprised and very touched, and it was very romantic and a nice night, and lucky for me, she accepted. Most of the planning is done now, so it's just a matter of showing up now.
December the 30th, the Newcastle River Kings, 14,000, all mindful of the fact that the last time it was 10-1. Tomlinson, Conway tries to clear, reaches Allard! And a goal at last! 1-0. Well, 14,000 have come to see a goal fest. It's not quite going to be that. But Pierre Allard has at last broken the deadlock on the power play, 1-0.
When you held the cup up in front of the entire Storm fans, there was a huge beaming smile on your face.
I was very proud at that moment.
What was the feeling like?
I said, and I meant this, that it was probably the most special feeling that I've ever experienced other than the birth of a child. That's how special it was, and I don't know if anybody can really understand how many things run through you at that moment. I was proud of my guys, you know, because they had, it's really, I mean, we were all involved, but, you know, to see the pride on their faces and the accomplishment on their faces, but to know what they'd gone through, you know, I mean, I've always felt like we had a hard-working bunch of guys, you know, very committed, always did what I asked of them, and to know that because of that, or at least partly because of that, you know, we were able to stand there and hold. That was an unbelievable feeling. I've never experienced that in my life other than, you know, the birth of my 3 children. It was special.
The first game of '99, Bracknell in town, and the Bees went home with no honey. Pierre Allard to Tomlinson! The slap shot from Tomlinson, no chance at all. And Manchester lead. Look at the power on that. Tomlinson! 2-1, Manchester back in front. A different kind of goal from Jeff Tomlinson. The wrap around from behind the goal, just as neatly done. Oh, Jablonski's stolen it. Jeff Jablonski! Oh, lovely. Well, he won the tackle, and it's another wraparound. And Manchester Storm are now 2 clear at 3-1. Van Rubachuk, Katola, yes! 4-1, and the game in the bag. It was a lovely finish from Katola. Brabant and Rubachuk were involved, but there's still plenty to do, and Katola did it.
How do you feel about all the other players, the team as a whole? They are a great bunch of guys, and of course, they all wore 41 on their helmets for you.
Yeah, that was, you know, a little bit, you know, touching in a way, obviously. I mean, when I got hurt in the first playoff game against Bracknell, obviously that was really upsetting to me because, you know, obviously, you know, because of my injury and stuff. But I think a couple games passed, and then I noticed Chris Miller, you know, he went in the JC's training room, and he just said, Johnny, he says, do you have some number stickers? And Johnny said, sure. And he said, okay, well, he goes, I want 41. And he put it on his helmet, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, going out for the game against Cardiff, our semifinal game, I noticed everyone had them on their helmets. And, you know, it is touching. I mean, it's nice that guys think of you, and, you know, it's still you know, it's almost like wearing a black armband around your arm, I guess. It's like, you know, they think of you, and you're still a part of this team as they're going out there to play.
Friday night's all right for the Storm as the Eagles flew into town. Rubachuk! 1-0. Brad Rubachuk on the breakaway. And the psychological blow of a short-handed goal. Tomlinson. Askew behind the goal. Back to Tomlinson! 2-0. Tomlinson and Askew conjuring something up between them, and it was the former who scored. The overtime nerves are frayed to the edges. Here's Weaver, now Tomlinson. Katola! It's won! The overtime winner from Stefan Katola. 5,000 go wild. It's a combination of relief and joy. Manchester win the game.
My grandfather, who I was very close to, there's one thing that he told me that really sticks in my mind. And he told me, he said, and this was when I was very young, he said, Kurt, if you never lie or mislead, you never have to worry about what you said, you know? And that is so true. If you never lie, you never have to worry about what you said. And so I go by that. And it's not a difficult thing, but when you sit back and, you know, you realize or you see what others do and how others act, and you hear of reputations and certain things, I feel pretty good about that.
2 days after the drama of Air Scottish Eagles, it's a 1 o'clock face-off for the Steelers. Robinson, Newmeyer, Tomlinson, Askew, goal! Great goal! One end to the other. Kenny Askew evidence. And it was a lovely finish as well. Morin. Robinson. And put in by Dave Morrison. 2-1. Morrison the scorer. And the lead once again for the Storm. Brabant. Oh, it reaches Rob Robinson! 3-1, and it's his first goal for the Storm. Well, congratulations to Rob Robinson. Morrison. Battling away. It's all a bit untidy in there. Jablonski! Well, there was no goalkeeper to protect the net. And it's 5-2. Easy for Jablonski.
Well, the first time we met was when I was on the middle of the ice, and it was the Meet the Players evening, and you skated out, and I looked up, and then had to look right up there. You're a very big guy. We all expected a lot of aggression, but really you're a gentle giant.
That's probably my problem, yeah. That's probably why I'm here, you know. You can look at it in a bunch of different ways. You know, I certainly have not been a fighter throughout my career. Back in the States, I probably, in a total of 6 or 7 years, fought 6 or 7 times. It's just, I'm not good at it, is what it boils down to.
The sign of true champions is how strong they are at home. This Devils defeat their only league season reverse, the Shelter. 2 goals down for a side not used to trailing. This has been a real test. Particularly not used to it at home, of course, but they've got the bit between the teeth. Morin! Mike Morin! The deficit is half. And are the Storm on the comeback trail? It's 2-1 now. 9,000 fans are really believing. Storm back in it. 2-2! Tomlinson! Jeff Tomlinson! Well, these two sides have been neck and neck in the title race, and Tomlinson's goal has squared up their latest meeting.
What about the season as a whole, looking at it? It's been an up and down season. I suppose the biggest down point was the injury in a friendly match.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to break a 19-19 tie. The guys told me I was admiring my pass, and I made this little backhand saucer pass, and next thing you know, I was face first into the boards. Altrincham is a bit narrower than most rinks, and well, quite a bit. And you know, a lot of times you get used to where you are on the ice, and you know, I like to watch my passes. I like to watch the play, and I got a little too close, and I fell, and that was it. It's too bad, but that happens.
So are you still bionic now?
They say I could leave it in, you know, for life if I want. It's made out of titanium, but I'm just not comfortable with it, and I'm going to get it out.
So whereabouts is it, sort of?
It runs right along my eyebrow right here.
Newcastle were next up. Plenty of goals at one end, another shutout at the other for Frank Pietrangelo. Tomlinson, Neumeier, Allard, cutting in and scoring. 1-0. The first attack of the game, and already Manchester are ahead. Well, Newcastle must be thinking of the 10 that they conceded earlier in the season. We're 9 off it at the moment. Katola, Neumeier, out to Jablonski. Oh, well played, Jablonski. Good goal, Jablonski. Nice move, that. Manchester too clear. And the Storm fans are expecting another rout. Jablonski, 2-0. There's Marco Sten. Waiting for the opportunity, and Rubichuk finishes 3-0. No, is it going to stand? Checking with the judge. It stands. It's 3. And Rubichuk benefiting from Marco Sten's intelligent pass. Stephen Cooper. Well, he's lost out to his former teammate. Here comes Jablonski. And he scores. Well, a former Storm player in the build-up here. Stephen Cooper will be a trifle embarrassed at losing out to Jablonski. Jablonski used Weaver as the decoy and went himself. Del Jago. Oh, that's given away. Here's Jablonski. And still. And he scores on the wraparound. Well, that's the second time that Jablonski's benefited from a former Storm favourite. This time Del Jago embarrassed. Jablonski with the fifth. Scott off the face-off. Here's Jablonski. Oh! Well, I'm not sure we'll even see that in replay. An absolute rocket. Jablonski's having his own personal party here. Look at the power of this one. And it's 6-0.
Would I be wrong in saying you're a total perfectionist?
For myself, yeah, I expect in myself that to be the best I can be at whatever I do, may it be tennis, hockey, badminton, or so on, and I strive to be number one, or the best I can be, and I'll keep working at something until I become good at it, and that's just me and the way I am.
Has that got a downside though? I mean, when you come back in here after a game, and if you know you could have been better, are you really frustrated with yourself?
Yeah, it is, and basically the frustration is not so much here. I kind of try and get away from the game for the first half hour, 3/4 an hour. It's basically when I go home and I'm sitting at home and thinking about the game's events and what I could have did better, and maybe get a goal here or work a little bit harder there. And basically I don't get to sleep till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, depending on how bad I played.
The London Knights were in town on the 28th of January, and in a season full of goals, it was a back-to-back shutout for Frank Pietrangelo. Katola. Neumeyer! Well, did that hit Jablonski? Will Neumeyer claim it? Plenty of traffic in front, but Neumeyer's shot caused the trouble. And maybe it did touch Jablonski. It's 1-0. Allard. Askew. Scores! 2-0. It was easy for Kelly Askew. He was given the time to pick his spot, and that he did. And it's 2-0 now. Rubachuk! Rubachuk! Too close to the goalie, but right into the goal. And a champion goal, 3-0.
I've played for a lot of teams, but I've never played for a team that has gelled both in the dressing room, on the ice, and away from the dressing room. Everyone got along with everyone very well, and that's a key when you're going out to battle every game, and you have the camaraderie away from the ice. And when you're on the ice, it's just that it intensifies, and you're there for each other. And it's very important. We had a lot of winners, people with winning attitudes this year.
Sunday, February the 7th, and for many, the title decider. A crunch game against Cardiff. Rubachuk. Katola. Jablonski! First blood for the Storm. 12,000 roared their approval. Rubachuk and Katola both involved, and Jablonski with a finish. Jablonski's shot carried away. You can feel the tension. It's 1-1. The next goal surely is going to be crucial. Tomlinson and then Jablonski. Jablonski edges Storm ahead. Well, credit has to go to Tomlinson. Battling away. Bodies all around him, and it came out, and Jablonski with a crucial goal. Cardiff pounding away. The puck breaks. There's no netminder. It's over. Katola 3-1, and Manchester increase their lead at the top of the table to the delight of 12,000 fans.
How much work do you and the other players actually have to put in before the season starts?
I think the preparation that we do in the preseason plays a big role in how we're going to perform during the season. Often during the season, you're not unable to do a lot of weight training because it's kind of restrictive. Your muscles feel sore. So in the off season, we do a lot of weight training to build muscle, put the muscle on our bones, help prevent injuries, and that was such a key role in our winning the Super League this season, was not having injuries, and I think a big part of that goes to the preparation of the team, staying fit, staying strong. The mental preparation side is very important also, and something we focus on as a team and try to do.
3 days after the Cardiff euphoria, the Nottingham Panthers were in town, and yet another shutout for Frankie. Morin, Marco Sten, great goal, and it's his first for the Storm. The Finn at last gets his name onto the score sheet, and it was a cracker. Miller shot, deflects away. Katola, Hoffman, Miller, good save, Brabant, 2-0. It's a shame in a way for the netminder. It was a great save in the middle of all that, but Brabant won't mind. He just flips the rebound into the top of the goal. Askew loses out. Hoffman. Allard. Tomlinson! Oh, when he hits them, they stay hit. 3-0, right between the legs from Jeff Tomlinson. The puck's loose and, well, Neumeier tucks it in. It was easy in the end. 4-0. Askew Scott, number 5. The goals are just flying in now. This one from Scott. Mike Morin. Jeff Jablonski. 6-0. And it really is another opportunity to see some brilliant finishing from Jeff Jablonski. Superb.
So the difficult time, I guess, is coming up now. It's all the planning of the new team, putting different people in place.
Now that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we've already flipped the last page on last season. I mean, it's over, and you know, we can appreciate it, but we got to move on. And so this is just as much a challenge to me as standing behind the bench, hoping and helping and trying to find a way for us to win. And I enjoy the management side of it. You know, I enjoy the negotiations of the contracts, and I enjoy doing the research to find the players. I enjoy all that, I really do. So it's going to be a fun summer for me, and you know, it's going to be a lot of work, but at the same time, it's going to be fun, and it's just somehow got to come together for us.
The game's coming thick and fast, and on the 13th of February, the champions were officially dethroned. Face off from Brabant. Now to Miller. Rebound, Rubicek. 1-0. The shot from Miller caused all the problems. It was a good save, actually. But Brad Rubicek shows the benefits of being alert to the rebound. Still at 1-1. Brabant to Katola. Miller. Katola, Brabant, Hoffman, Jablonski. I think everyone was involved in some build-up there. Everyone had a piece of that. And in the end, it was left to Jeff Jablonski to finish off, what, a five-man move, 2-1. Jeff Tomlinson skating away from trouble. And he's still going. Jeff Tomlinson. Oh, brilliant. From one end to the other. Well, who'd be a netminder? Do you want to get in the way of this? I'm not sure I do. And the Air Scottish Eagles are well and truly defeated, courtesy in the end of Jeff Tomlinson.
The championship trophy is behind you. How important was that to you and the team?
I think it was very important. I mean, you know, obviously for the guys last year here, like I said, you know, chasing air pretty well all year and losing by 3 points. And then, you know, seeing them hoist the cup on TV and stuff, it was a hard pill to swallow. And, you know, guys came back this year and they worked hard right from the start, and they said, you know, the first thing we want to do is win the Super League. You know, that's the bottom line. If there's 4 trophies obviously up for grab, but the main one we want to win is the league, and then, you know, we'll take the rest from there. But we prepared ourselves every day for each and every game, but, you know, we made sure that we were ready to play the Super League games.
The 18th of February and 2 Bracknell Bees games in successive days, both crucial. The first a nail-biter. Katola bringing it out of the end. Morin! Mike Morin, 1-0. And from defence to attack, finished off by Mike Morin. Still trailing 2-1. Brabant brings it away. Up to Rubachuk. Now to Brabant! Oh, wonderful goal, and it brings it back to 2-2. Well, they may be in the away shirts, but it's obvious from the support who's at home. The shelter wild with delight, 2-2. Ballard to Brabant. Oh, nice stuff. And still, oh, that's brilliant. Rick Brabant with a special goal that gives Manchester Storm a 3-2 lead. And it was wonderful to watch. 3-3 in overtime. Rubachuk, good save. Weaver, Rubachuk, Scott, yes! 4-3, and the game is won. The title moving ever nearer as Blair Scott shoots the winning goal.
So will the Gypsy urge strike again? Do you think we'll see you back in the UK?
Well, you know, it's been going on with me for 36 years now, and you know, obviously we did it with my dad, and I've been doing it, and I imagine in August I'm going to have one huge itch going on that I want to get going and get involved, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see me back here.
The 19th of February, the following night, Bracknell Bees the sequel. A win for the Storm would almost give them the title. Uniac, Hoffman, just drops it in. Oh, there's a mistake and a chance of Uniac. 1-0, and Richard Uniac scores his first for the Storm, and how crucial may it prove to be. A lack of concentration from the Bees, but not from Uniac. Oh, good interception by Marco Sten. Now Morrison. Into Hurley, and put in by Uniac. His second for the club, his second of the night. 2-0. Sten intercepted, Morrison found Hurley. It was a good save, but Uniac was following up. 2-0. Oh, good save by Peter Angelo. He's looking to find a way back in, maybe. Morrison to Uniac to Morrison. To Robinson and Hurley. 3-0. 3 goals in the first period. And the Peter Angelo save was the starting point. That was the finishing point. Rubachuk to Miller. save. Kubicek again. And Miller took a deflection. Chris Miller's goal now. It's 4-1. And surely now that wraps up the game.
Have you achieved your ambitions you set out to when you came into the game, or are there still some there?
I've been very successful in my career, especially in England. I've won a lot of trophies, both individually and with the team, but I'm never satisfied. As long as I have the heart to come back and play at the Super League level, I'm going to want to win trophies. And I'm coming back for another season, and I'm going to try and win or be part of a winning club that will win many more.
How do you make sure you get the right bunch of guys together? Because there's so many things. It isn't just the way they perform on the ice. It's so many other things as well, isn't it?
It is, and again, going back to last season, I think that's a lesson that I learned, and that's a lesson that I hope that I can carry through for years to come. You know, just because they're good hockey players doesn't mean they're good people. And last year, we had a few situations where we had some internal problems. And I just wanted to make sure that that didn't happen again this year. So, I mean, I went way out of my way, which I've always gone out of my way. But I took a few players for granted the year before. And I now have made the commitment. I will make sure that I never make that mistake again. Frank Pietrangelo is a perfect example. I mean, he's got a tremendous pedigree. The guy has won 2 Stanley Cup rings. He's won championships everywhere he's gone. And I knew back in February that he wanted to come to be a Manchester Storm ice hockey player. And I didn't make the mistake with Frank that I had made the previous year. So I called around. I mean, I talked to general managers from NHL teams that Frankie had played for. And I wanted to make sure that they were going to tell me what I wanted to hear. I knew he was a great goaltender. Like that, I knew. I wanted them to tell me that he was a great person.
What actually happened with...
I mean, obviously I have my own opinion on the situation, but it kind of happened just, I took off out of my zone and I was coming up the left wing, skating pretty fast, and Jonathan Weaver threw me the puck. I looked to my right, I saw I had the defenseman beat, you know, and obviously there's no one else on the ice, so I kept skating pretty fast. The puck came behind me, so I just figured I'll take it off the boards from behind me and it'll come up in front of me. Well, I kind of looked at the boards, and as it came off, I reached for it, and it just happened so quick, and Paxton Schulte had stepped out of the penalty box, and as I reached for the puck, it just, like, I never saw him, and it just happened so quick, and I just hit him head first. And then I was just down on the ice with, you know, neck pain, obviously, and some arm pain.
And the next few days, a bit of a blur, a lot happened at once?
Well, I never blacked out or anything, but, I mean, you know, obviously I was rushed, the ambulance came, and they took me off in a stretcher. I was taken to the hospital in Reading. They only did x-rays there and apparently said I was fine, and they released me after that. But a couple days later, I, you know, still in a lot of pain, went in, saw a specialist and had a scan done, and, you know, had a little bit more problems that they noticed.
The 4th of March, the Steelers, the title already won, a night to enjoy the feeling of being champions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on their way to becoming the first English team to win the Secunda Ice Hockey Super League, the all-sport sponsored Manchester Storm, incidentally the country's only representatives in the European Hockey League, have scored more goals than any other team, conceded less goals than any other team, won more games than any other team, lost fewer games than any other team, have the best penalty killing record, have the best power play scoring record, have the league's best netminder, have accumulated the most points, and have the biggest and best supports. The all-sport sponsored Manchester Storm, ladies and gentlemen, are truly the champions. And in recognition of this, and for the first time ever here in the Storm Shelter, ladies and gentlemen, we can proudly nail our colours to the mast. Ladies and gentlemen, hoist the banner!
It's a nice touch, isn't it? And a great atmosphere, as we say, inside the Allianz Arena tonight. They've made the breakthrough. Finally, they've got that first big prize, the Manchester Storm. Let's cross to the commentary box to hear what Mike Blaisdell from the Nottingham Panthers makes of it all. He's alongside Steve James.
They do things in style in the MEN Arena, and the team on the ice have been doing things in style all season. And Mike Blaisdell, it's been hard keeping up with them.
Well, you'd think they'd won something here when you look around this building. No, they've fantastic season for them all year. They've been so consistent, and you know, they really deserve this, and the crowd certainly appreciates it. It's a great place to play hockey, I think, Manchester.
Chance here coming forward. This is Jablonski driving over the run around and gets it. Stuffs it in. Take that. First goal of the evening.
Lindsay didn't, as he comes behind the net, you can see he looks for someone open high in the slot, as they call it, in the danger area, but he's all alone, and he, it banks off. Kind of a fortunate goal.
Tries to come through. Richard Uniacke had lost his stick. It's a turnover here. Kettler with the shot and the goal. Second of the game. Stefan Kettler is the scorer. He makes it Manchester 2, Sheffield 0.
He might have been screened a bit by Hurley as well. Went right through him. I don't think he saw that shot at all. Hurley did a great job of heading right for the net.
Suddenly Sheffield going forward. They are committing themselves a little bit more in this second period, Sheffield. Weaver again. Weaver with another shot. Just off target. Could be another shot coming up here as well. Priestley, though, holding up Rubachuk. Weaver, though, has another chance. Weaver, again, not quite able to get the goal. This is Miller. Defenseman jumping up into the play. And there's the goal! Comes off Rubachuk. Rubachuk's 57th goal, the all-time leading goal scorer for the Manchester Storm, gets another. And Lindsay couldn't stop that one. It's 3-0 Storm.
And one thing I've noticed about the Sheffield goaltender, Lindsay, he doesn't freeze the puck very often. He likes to put it back into play, and I think his Sheffield teammates don't want him to do that right now.
Oh, great goal! Mike Morin. No chance for Craig Lindsay to do anything with that one. It was past him in a shot, and it's 4-0 Manchester Storm.
This is what you call a bullet. Morin steps over the line. He's got some time to shoot it, and he lets it rip.
Scott with the shot and the touch by Weaver. Maybe got a touch on that as it went through, but Van was right out in front as well. It's into the back of the net. It's a goal for the Manchester Storm, 5-1.
Well, here's a little scramble, and they find those men open at the back, and again, a Manchester defenseman, when he gets the puck, 99% of the time, the puck hits the net. You know, Sheffield try that play over here.
Well, this is Mike Morin skating through, gets it to Miller this time at point. Miller with a shot, makes the save, but it comes back out in front, and they couldn't stop the goal going in from Pierre Allard. Champions they are, winners in this game, they certainly will be. Storm 6, Steelers 1.
Boy, I think if Sheffield are going to take a lesson from this game, it's try to...
10 seconds remain. The crowd are already on their feet around this arena. The noise is building. A long pass through to Jonathan Weaver. Weaver won't get a hold of that one. It doesn't really matter. There is the end of the Super League season for the Manchester Storm. It's a successful season. It's a 6-1 victory. Kirk Brennendorst smiles on the crowd as well. And they're ready to really celebrate. The trophy will be presented in just a few minutes' time. And that is the team that has been the best in Super League this season. No doubting that now.
Kurt, what a great way to show the cup to your fans.
I know. I mean, we were actually very much looking forward to tonight, and I guess this is the beauty of not having won it on the road. We get to parade it in front of our own fans, and I think it's special that we can do that.
How did it feel to see the pennant going up?
It was almost needed a tissue, Nick.
No, you didn't.
Almost.
That is the trophy. Trevor James, the sales director of Seconda, the sponsors of the Super League, preparing to present it already with the blue and purple and white and black ribbons attached to it. And here comes Dave Morrison, the captain of the Manchester Storm. This is their 4th season, and they've won the Super League with a record number of points, 65 points. They are the champions. And that is the moment that the crowd came to celebrate tonight.
Dave, lifting a cup, it's everyone's dream, but as the captain, you get to do it first. How does it feel?
It feels fantastic, and it feels fantastic to do it for such a great bunch of guys, a great organization, and as you can see here, a great bunch of fans. So yeah, I'm thrilled to death.
Why did I feel that was going to happen now?
I don't know, Nick, I think because you're a popular guy, but the boys are happy. The boys are really happy.
Let's go to Brad Rubicek. Brad, how does that feel?
Feels awesome. I mean, after last year, losing out to Air by 3 points, this is awesome. It's just incredible. I mean, I can't, I'm lost for words right now. It's been a battle since August. Guys pulled through. And number one, baby, number one.